I don't know what it is, but women who are physically strong, oh my god. Like, I don't even mean overtly strong like She Hulk, even though I ain't gonna lie though, even she can get it. But no, something about people who have persevered through trauma, that type of strength, it's oddly attractive. That when they can pick me up, but yeah, Lindy is that type of woman. Except she's both mentally strong and can definitely whoop my ass. Can I get a hallelujah, somebody? She's white, naturally blonde, can easily break my arm, and still down a fuck. Calm down now, calm down now. I respectfully am attracted to women of all colors and races. So, ladies, if you ever need a black king who makes six figures a year, go hit up Michael B. Jordan. We ain't got that kind of bread over here. Where the fuck am I going with this? The movie Jolt has a very weird backstory to it. I mean, the plot is pretty straightforward. You definitely do not need me to explain nothing. But then again, my version of things are usually better than the original. So, I'm gonna explain it anyways. But before we go any further, a quick word from the sponsors. Yeah, there ain't no sponsors. We ain't got that kind of bread emotion over here. Yet. Now, I am obligated to let you all know that this video is entirely my version, my view, and my perspective on this. And as the previous videos can confirm, I'm an idiot. Do with that information as you will. Now, without wasting too much of your time, let's get into the video. Now, for our main character, you've already met her. We've got Lindy, played by Kate Beckinsale. Diagnosed with some hormonal imbalance, she's got superhuman strength, heightened abilities, and a high sense of morality. Basically, David Gargan's on steroids. She needs a certain shocking mechanism to keep her emotions and powers in check, so she doesn't go off the rails and harm anyone. And somehow she's still very attractive. And we've got Curry from That's a Bad Idea, played by Curry from the YouTube channel. That's a Bad Idea. Her potential love interest, and quite frankly, I'm jealous of him. The movie starts off as they go on a first date where she tries to ditch him, but my man's has W communication skills on deck and manages to keep her talking long enough to actually participate in the date. But then a waitress is mean to him, which gets her riled up. This is important, I promise. She TKOs the waitress and leaves the date early, only for them to go on a second date. Mind you, this is her first time doing such, as she usually avoids people in general. And I know you see her right here. She is so bad. They go back to hers and she shows him her scars. And he does what any man would when faced with a moral decision and a hard dick. He listened to his dick. Nah. I'm playing. And Kirby's just overall a nice person. He reassures her, and I think she's just met a whole bunch of crappy men before him because he did the bare minimum for anyone who cares about literally anyone. And she fell. They make love, the good kind that the OF industry has stolen from this generation. And so begins the journey of blonde mommy and Curry, who for some reason wasn't blonde in this movie. But then he dies. He gets murdered to be precise. We get introduced to more characters. We've got White Batman and Black Robin, the cops in charge of this case. Uh, they brief her on what's going on, and Batman tries to slide. I mean, can you blame him though? Mama is fire. She leaves to go grieve, attends his funeral. Apparently, she was the only one who attended. And this movie is an Amazon original, by the way. So it seems not just Apple, but also Amazon can't afford to hire extras. Who'd have thought? Anyways, she grieves for a couple days and finally decides to investigate his murder, all by herself. Still in evidence from Batman and Robin, she gets into a high speed chase, she wrecks them, nobody dies, plot armor. Huh. It's almost as if Curry had to die for the plot to progress. But what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber with no sponsors. We get a bit of bullshit movie tech. Bro, you do not pinpoint the location of a mobile call weeks after it was made and pull up information on the receiver of said call, okay? At least not on some high end consumer grade PC. Life just isn't that easy, bro. But again, what do I know? At this point, we get barraged with a plethora of investigation montage, underground fight club, 3v1 beatdown, fan service, interrogation and information gathering, drunk driving, car fight scenes, some more interrogation with a car battery this time, and the story progresses a bit more. She meets up with Batman in the hospital, shares her information with him, made a few sexual jokes, and I swear these two might actually end up together, which low key pisses me off because I'm Team Curry supremacy, okay? So hands off the merchandise, Batman. Robin tries to stop her leaving. A hospital chase ensues. They toss babies back and forth, and she escapes, just like every possible option for love in my life. Gone with the wind, evaporated. Poof. She goes to confront who she believes to be the killer, Curry's ex-boss, and she just walked in there, no game plan or nothing. Gets her ass knocked out, stripped of her droid's mech suit, and keeps. Wait, sorry. I know I wrote this script, but like I'm losing my mind right now. She dead ass walked into the building without any plans. She got knocked out in like 2 minutes, and she got her whole tech suit taken away from her, and she got sent out the building in a car. Oh, wait, give me a second. Let's try this one more time. She goes to confront who she believes to be the killer, Curry's ex boss, and she walks in there, just no game plan or nothing. Gets her ass knocked out, stripped of her Jolt mech suit that keeps her calm, and sent out of the building. I mean, pretty nice mobsters to be honest. But without a limiter, Lindsay goes haywire and crashes the car. Then she runs off to get some help from a therapist. He's a really chill dude, not gonna lie. We finally see the final boss, and to my surprise, he's the same guy from our last video. Super AIDS dude. Yeah, he sends some men to tie up loose ends. She gets back on track, meets up with Batman, who again does the bare minimum, and boom, a low sexual tension. She leaves to go do one final act of revenge though because she's still hung up on Curry. She scales 30 stories up to get in this time, gets intercepted and knocked out almost immediately. It's almost as if she didn't learn from her first try. I'm genuinely impressed by her ignorance, but she's still hot though, so I'm gonna let it slide. You hear that? You can be as dumb as nails and still be forgiven. As long as you're hot, you basically have a get out of jail free card with the kid. And this is exactly why I have no motion. She gets tortured for like a total of 5 seconds before she locks in and knocks my boy out. Also, I think she left him bolus. I don't know. Weird stuff. We get some Jonathan Wick type action scenes, or 1v everyone type shit. She solos, being superhuman and everything. See, the plot is very straightforward, right? Wrong. Turns out Curry faked his death and is trying to use her to eliminate his boss. Pulling the strings from behind the scenes and everything. Basically playing Eisen. Except I don't think he's watched Bleach. Then he would have known to not spill his evil plan merely inches away from the protagonist, who literally has a Bankai state yet to be activated. Talk about stupid villain moves. She channels her inner Zangetsu, goes Bankai, and performs the Saigyo no Getsuko no Tensho move, which allows her to withstand the jolts he was using to keep her at bay. Peek. I said jolt 5 times already. That's the name of the show. Yeah, that's fine. She blows him up and leaves to go confront her therapist who was in cahoots with Curry. Batman shows up and shoots her in the leg before arresting her. Now, in the hospital, Batman finally lands a clean hit with Lindy. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but my dumbass is finally shipping them together. She gets off with little to no jail time and walks off into the high-rise of Chicago like a badass, only to be kidnapped by the CIA. C'est fini. This movie gets 5 gym mummies out of 4 natural blondes. Hey, post-recorder Michael here. There was a lot of jokes and bits I had to take out of this video, so I do apologize for the lack of humor. It's been a while, I know. I left y'all at 40 some subs, and I'm coming back to a little over 60. I really do appreciate you guys. Let me know if you've got any thoughts or suggestions for me in the comments below. Once again, this is Kid, trying his best. Stay safe, gang. Mr. Calling, no responses like the feeling on the inside. Like some no words. myself the will let go. Nobody next to